And good afternoon. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter, along with our odds maker, Keith Fusel, on a beautiful Friday. We have lots to get to, a big show, lots of videos. We have our plays of the day, our tickets, nice carryover, and the Rainbow Pick 6. It's Stronach 5-day, but let's recap Thursday. How about that early Pick 5 yesterday? Paid over $12,500. It was one ticket that took it down, 5 out of 5. Congratulations, whoever you are, for hitting the early Pick 5 yesterday. You had to have that long shot winner in the opener, the Jerry O'Dwyer first-time starter who beat the Motion American Pharaoh horse that was coming late. And then you had a couple other big long shot winners in the early Pick 5 yesterday.
Bernadette the Jet, a little trouble into the turn. I had to check and came back again, really closed the gap nicely through the final furlong. Wealth in the second race, a $26 winner. So if you paired up some long shots, well, there was only one guy or woman.
Right.
Guy Growl, whoever did it, great job of handicapping, took down 12-5.
All right, so let's see if we can give you I like both Pick 5s today. Tim Tulloch has a Rainbow Pick 6 ticket. I know you like the early Pick 4. Mm-hmm. But let's tell you about the Stronach 5, okay? That's the big feature today, the popular national wager, the Stronach 5, with that guaranteed $100,000 pull, industry low, 12% takeout. It pays well each and every Friday. Let's show you the lineup of races today for the Stronach 5. It's going to start once again right here at Laurel Park, race 8 at about 4:53 Eastern time. Then the second leg will be Laurel Park, race 9. That's a tough turf. All 5 races today of the Stronach 5 are on the turf. By the way, it's a mandatory payout for the Stronach 5 today, because we're not going to have it the next couple weeks while we're at Timonium.
Okay.
So today's Stronach 5 is just like our early Pick 5.
All right.
It's a mandatory payout. If nobody has it 5 out of 5, it'll pay 4 out of 5. So take that into consideration today for the Stronach 5. It's a mandatory payout. Leg C is Gulfstream Park, race 8. Then Golden Gate Fields back into the mix. Their leg D with Golden Gate, race 4. And then Gulfstream Park, race 10 is leg E. So a challenging sequence. I have a $72 ticket for the Stronach 5. You can study that ticket and all of our tickets at laurelpark.com. Underneath the handicapping section, our picks for today are up there. All the press releases and upcoming events on the website. So Stronach 5, it's a challenging sequence. I'm 3 deep in the first leg and then 4 deep in the second leg. You would think my home track, I could come up with a single here, but I don't want to get kicked out in the first couple legs, so I made sure I have enough coverage. I have a favorite in leg C at Gulfstream that I'm singling on.
I'm going to have to lean on some friends down the line, because I just had enough trouble with the first 2 races at Laurel Park, without a doubt. Very tough races. They're going to make you earn it. But more of a reason to play today with the mandatory. Yep. It may not be 5 of 5. It could be 4 of 5. So don't get shut out on the Stronach 5 wager this afternoon.
All right, so that starts race 8 to Stronach 5. Nice carryover in our Rainbow Pick 6. That's going to start race 5 today on the Big 10 race program. There's the carryover over $36,000. It's $36,262. We had a couple, and I feel bad for the people because they were both live. I empathize because I've been there. We've all been there. We've had tough beats for big numbers in this game, and it keeps us humble. But there was 2 live singles for a little over $40,000 going into the last race yesterday in the Rainbow Pick 6. So my condolences to them. The 6 out of 6 multiple winning ticket payout still paid well. That paid over $1,100 in the Pick 6 yesterday.
Yeah, it wasn't really bad all the way through. But boy, to be alive, we've been there. It's a great feeling. Yep. And man, I've been beating whiskers. I know you. It's a brutal game sometimes, but you got to pick yourself back up, because there's going to be other opportunities down the road.
And we mentioned that big payout in the early Pick 5. That was over $12,005. The late Pick 5, that paid well as well. That paid well also yesterday. That paid over $2,000. So both Pick 5s yesterday with big payouts here at Laurel Park. All right, that's all what's going on today. Let's show you what's going on Saturday. Another big monster super Saturday here at Laurel Park. It's Maryland Jockey Club Maryland Pride Day this Saturday. We have 4 Maryland bred stakes. All right, the stakes action starts race 7 tomorrow with the Star de NASCAR for 3-year-olds, and then race 8, the All Brandy for filly mares going long on the turf. Race 9 is for the fine for 3 and up going long on the turf. That race features the multiple Grade 3 winner, Just Howard, the Maryland bred for Grand Motion with Trevor McCarthy, and then the Miss Disco. You have McCarthy on the Trombetta favored, Never Enough Time. Could be a monster day for Trevor McCarthy this Saturday, Maryland Pride Day. Julio Correa, the bug boy, he's your leading rider right now, but Trevor McCarthy, he's not going to make it easy on him. He could have a monster weekend and make things real close. I think Correa is about 4 up in the jockey standings right now.
Trevor wants to do a little bit of a re-rally and get up at the wire, right?
Right.
And Trombetta's sitting there on some strong shots tomorrow. Yeah.
All right, so live music. We have pony rides and a petting zoo for the kids. A T-shirt giveaway. That's a good-looking Maryland Jockey Club Performance T-shirt giveaway when you buy a program tomorrow. So lots of good stuff. Learn more about it on the website, laurelpark.com. Also tomorrow, for all you big tournament players, it's the Champions Handicapping Tournament, guaranteed over $33,000 in prizes. It's also a qualifying tournament for the NHC, the Breeders' Cup Betting Challenge, and the big one right here at Laurel Park. So you can sign up online or walk up and sign up. It's in the sports bar tomorrow, the Champions Handicapping Tournament. Also the Beat the Heat Tournament. That's a little smaller tournament we have, but the past couple Saturdays it's been paying over $600. The Maryland Jockey Club, they seed the prize pool each week $500, and then it's only a $10 entry fee, and all that money goes to the prize pool. So check that out. Learn more about that at Guest Services, first floor on the clubhouse, or go to laurelpark.com. Also, the biggest crab feast of the summertime, the Kraken Crab Feast, coming up Saturday, September 7th. $60, all you can eat crabs. You get a souvenir Laurel Park crab mallet, all the sides to go along with it, beer and wine specials underneath the apron tent. We'll have some good live horse racing that day. The crabs, they're Maryland steamed crab. They're steamed live here on site. This is always one of the most popular crab feast of the summertime. Makes you almost want to take off that day and hang out on the apron, eat some crabs, and try to take down one of these big pick fives.
Let's see if we can get a couple people to fill in for us, huh?
We'll
enjoy some of those heavy crabs, right? You said they're heavy. They're running strong this year.
That's right. The heavies in September.
You got it.
All right, let's show you a picture of both tracks. Beautiful conditions today. Fast and firm. We're on the All Along and the Dahlia turf courses today. Beautiful weather conditions. What are we in the, the 80s, mid-80s, a little cloud cover right now, so it's not too hot. Fast and firm. First race post time is 1:10. All right, let's get right to it here.
Okay.
Race 1 is going to kick off the Rolling Super High 5. We have a carryover in that as well in race 1. That's a little shy of 3,000 in that Rolling Super High 5. There it is. All right, that's a low 15% takeout, the Rolling Super High 5. We have that every race with 7 or more. Also, race 1 kicks off the very popular, especially the guy who hit it yesterday for over 12,000. The early pick 5 starts in race 1. It's a mandatory payout, industry low 12% takeout on all the pick 5s here at Laurel Park. Let's check out my early pick 5 ticket. It's a $48 ticket, but it's worth it. You get a couple 4 or 5 to 1 shots home. You're going to get a big payout on this early pick 5. I'm 3 deep here in the opener. The 5, Junipero Avenue, my top pick, 4 to 1. Not a nice price there on the 5, but I go 1, 3, 5 in the opener. Then I'm 4 deep in races 2 and 3. I think you need some good coverage in those races. Race 4, I'm going to single on my price play of the day, who's 5 to 1. The 4, Janelle Dreams, with the leading rider Julio Correa. Just missed at this level last out, running back in 15 days. I think the 4, Janelle Dreams, going to be tough in race 4. Then I used the 3 and the 5, the 2 favorites in race 5. So there's my early pick 5 ticket. You can study that ticket and all of our tickets online, laurelpark.com. Underneath the handicapping section, 3 press releases went out yesterday. A couple about the Stronach 5 today, and some about the stakes races tomorrow. So let's take a look here at race 1. We're going a mile on the Dahlia turf course, rail at 52 feet here in race 1. Claiming 16,000, 3 and up, never won 3 or straight 3-year-olds. We had a big late scratch here. The 8, the Walk, who was the 9 to 5 morning line favorite, is scratched here in race 1. So that changes everything up here. We both end up on the 5. Now the 5's going to end up being what? Probably your 5 to 2 favorite in here with the scratch of the Walk. We both have the 5 on top. Alex Cintron aboard for Mike Trombetta. A good third at this level. Last out, 3 for 4 on the turf here at Laurel Park. I think the 5 sitting on a big effort today.
Yeah, they went slow early. Picked it up very late. Some good finishes in that race. Electro got it done, got up to beat Seattle Rick. And Juniper Avenue was just a little bit even in there. I think there's going to be a little bit more flow in this race to set up his run. He just has to kind of hold that consistent number, that higher 60 number, to get a gun. I think he's going to get the jump on High Society, but I'm not going to dismiss the one completely. High Society, horse that likes to fall way back in his races. They're going to try the blinkers on, going to trade off a little, wait for a more experienced rider. You're going to get Rosario Montanez in the mix, and Marilyn McMullen constantly, year after year, a positive ROI type of trainer. High Society just needs a little pace up front. Keep the field in range. I don't want to see this horse 10 out of it at the quarter pole. I'm going to be a little bit closer than that to get up, but I think this horse is a definite user. Your exact is 5173. I think Jericho Marsh could be a forward factor a long way as well.
All right, you mentioned the good stats for Marilyn McMullen. She has great stats with Rosario Montanez as well. They're 20%, a nice positive ROI from a good-sized sampling right here in Maryland. So I like the one. I like that. The one's going to end up being one of the favorites. The 1, 3, 5 are going to end up being the favorites here. The one and the 5 probably with the scratch of the 8. The 1 and the 5 would be the favorites. But you have McCarthy on the 3. Tiz Screetley here for Jane Sibeli. A sharp win up at Monmouth last out. Second off the layoff. This 4-year-old sitting on a big race for powerful connections here. The 3, Tiz Screetley, I use in the exact.
Yeah, lightly raced, Dan. Only 8 starts as a 4-year-old, but seems to be getting a little bit better. Third off of a layoff. A little stat for Jane Sibeli, 21% third off of a layoff in turf routes with a positive ROI, close to 250. That was an okay field at Monmouth. I think this horse still needs to improve a little bit more. I like the running style in this particular race. The 4 America's Prince is really kind of the X factor with the pace flow. I could see this horse maybe being a possible runoff, but if he doesn't, that's going to leave Jericho Marsh up there pretty comfortable and Juniper Avenue on the front end.
Yeah, you get a nice price on the 4 America's Prince. It's an interesting race. I know we're spending a lot of time on it, but we had a long shot winner in the opener yesterday to kick off that $12,000 early pick 5. Yeah, this white gelding only has to carry 111 today. America's Prince makes his turf debut for Sal Ramirez. Avery Wisman will ride, and that might be the strategy. Let's try to go right to the front on this fast, firm turf course. Only has to carry 111. So neither one of us used the 4 America's Prince, but that horse could be live at a big price here in race 1. So we used the same 4 horses there. Let's turn the page. You like the early pick 4, a nice maiden special weight for 2-year-old fillies, 5.5 furlongs on the all-along turf course. Let's check out your ticket and see how you played it.
Yeah, I'll go 3 deep to get you started, 3, 7, 8. We're going to go in the third with the 1 and the 6. We can pare it down a little bit. I'm flattered. Dapper Mun is going to be your favorite, and they're coming back in 8 days for Donnie Barr. 4th race, 3 deep as well with the 1, 4, and 9. It's a tricky little race. Just got entrance to see how this horse is going to stretch out. I think it's a little bit of class relief for Schoenthal and Toledo. And the 5th, 3 deep again with the 3, the 4, and the 7. A little price user with the Aladdin Sane, a little double whammy. First time Lasix. The blinkers go on for a barn that can strike at a price. And the 4, the Mormon Mauler. You got to like the name, right? What's it? Is that a pro wrestler out of Salt Lake City or something? What's going on?
The 4 scares me. I picked that horse third. I didn't use that horse in my early pick 5, but you're getting McCarthy 9-2 there on the 4, the Mormon Mauler in race 5. Let's take a look here. Race 2 is going to be one of our features of the day. We had that nice maiden special weight, the opener yesterday. We got a nice maiden special weight here in race 2 today for some well-bred 2-year-old fillies, 5.5 on the all-along, no rail setting here in race 2. We both like the 7. I used the 7 on top. Bella Aurora. Let's show you her debut right here at Laurel Park. Late July, maiden special weight, going 5.5 on the turf. Here they are turning for home.
Yeah, the 7 horse that afternoon. We're going to pick this race up top of the stretch with about 3/16 to run. 13-1 basically was Bella Aurora this day. And I tell you, I was calling the chart, and this horse was really motoring. I started the stretch call. I'm like thinking, all right, I had to go through the field. Where's this horse going to wind up? I thought she was going to win it. Just a little bit of a flatten out late. You see that, Stan, but really made a strong run from, say, the mid-turn to about the 16th pole. That experience certainly should help. Jens the Boss was able to control it on the front end that afternoon. Maybe I have her lined a little bit too low at 2 because you've got some strong outfits in here with the likes of Delacour in motion, Lynch with a runner, so Proctor even. I'm going to try to beat that filly with a firster, the 3 Fortuna. I've got a stat here for Graham Motion, pretty strong one when you really look at it. Last 5 years, he's 5 for 18. I know it's a smaller sample. 5 for 18, 28%, and 8 for 18 in the money with 2-year-old firsters spreading on the turf at Laurel Park. ROI of over $3, and 2 of those winners have come recently, Stan, at this meet. You had King of Egypt, Torres del Pane won here. So I think that bodes well. Medaglia d'Oro, smaller sample, though. He doesn't have a lot of 2-year-old firsters on the turf, but over the last couple of years, he's about 25%. I think Fortuna is going to be ready to go. A half to harmonize. Graded stakes winner. I think a grade 1 winner made over $800,000 on the turf. Fortuna to get it done first time out.
How about the meet the Graham Motion Barn's having here this summer? 8 wins from 17 starts, 47% win clip. They're 12 for 17 in the money here at Laurel Park. I'm not sure how they're doing up at Saratoga. Maybe Graham should just stay up there and keep tweeting away at Saratoga. His barn, his assistant Elizabeth and Adrian, they're doing a stellar job as the Motion Barn with their Fair Hill shippers. They're coming down here locked and loaded. So I use this filly. I like her. We both like the 8 as well here. On the outside, Luck Money for trainer Arnaud Delacour. Daniel Centeno rides this filly by Preakness winner. Looking at Lucky, a bunch of nice works up there at Fair Hill. She catches a nice outside post. Delacour and Centeno always tough with these turf horses.
Yeah, I sent the odds in a little too early because I tell you what, I didn't get that Hamilton is going to go to the 6. The Roving Kid, I certainly believe the 8 will be lower in odds than the 6. The other Delacour runner, half the Frippery is Luck Money. Frippery, we've seen a run around here at 2 for 2, sprinting on the turf. Some multiple turf winning siblings within the family. I think the 8 is going to be live. Although a stat, I did see a stat on Delacour, 2-year-old firsters sprinting on the turf. Hasn't been super strong. So I take that with a little grain of salt, but I respect the barn. Centano going to this one. I'm really thinking this 3 is going to be live, though, in race 2.
All right, so a real nice maiden special weight there for 2-year-old fillies. Let's turn the page. Race 3. We're going 5.5 furlongs on the main track. Maiden claiming 10,000 3-year-olds and upward. Here in race 3, we're both on the. We both like the 6 Dapper Manger 8 to 5. I'm not in love with this horse.
Right.
3-year-old son of Munnings was supposed to win last out. It was for maiden 16,000. That race came off the turf and ran okay at 5 to 2. An all right third that day, but you see the comment line there, kind of a hang job there, kind of flattened out late, but now drops to the maiden 10 today. So that same kind of race with a 51 buyer speed figure, well, that'll do it against maiden 10 company.
And I think he was a victim of the racetrack that day a little bit. The outer portion was not quite as good. The inside, it seems, especially earlier part of that card on August the 8th, you wanted to be a little bit closer to the rail. Looked like a stone cold winner leaving the 3/16. Was really rocking and rolling on the outside. A little bit of a hang late for Dapper Mun. Going to be a short price this afternoon. But the horse who beat Dapper Mun that day was Shawnee P., a big price winner that afternoon for trainer Timothy Keefe. And he's coming back with a similar angle. He's going turf to dirt in a maiden claimer. How about this stat for Tim Keefe? He's 4 for 12 with maiden claimers going turf to dirt over the last couple of years with an ROI of close to $4. That's pretty strong. 9 for 12 in the money. We got a similar angle, and this is going to be first time gelding on the dirt for I'm Flattered. Was gelded saying June 21st. Well, that was after the dirt races. I really like I'm Flattered here today. Some speed to kind of set things up, cruise to ride the rail and shift out and get it done late. Slight upset here in the third.
Okay, yeah, I use 1, 3, 4, 6 on my early pick 5 here in race 3. Let's turn the page. Race 4, we'll kick off the middle pick 4. We're back on the turf. We're going a mile on the Dahlia Turf Course, rail at 52 feet, claiming 16,000. Filly mares 3 and up. Never won 2. Lifetime is the condition. My price play of the day here. You like the 4 as well. Janelle Dreams 5 to 1. You get the leading rider Julio Correa. You get 5 pounds off. For a 4-year-old filly by I Want Revenge, just missed at this level last out. She was 10 lengths out of it and came with a wide move and just got beat 3/4 of a length. Got a strong 59 buyer speed figure. I think her past 3 races since Kieran claimed this filly, claimed her for 16,000 at Pimlico back in May. And I think all 3 races since the claim right here at Laurel Park have been positive efforts. The last two being long on the turf at this level. You get the leading rider, the Bug Boy. So I think the 4 Janelle Dream's going to be awfully tough here.
Yeah, we're talking about victim of the track. How about the victim of the turf that day? Speed was awfully strong on August the 1st, and this horse just got too far back. Came rolling late. Shortening up a 16th of a mile, but I'm not worried about it. I think the mile distance is just going to be fine. You've got some speed types in here with the 8 Arbutus, Artful Splatter, even the 1, my top selection, Chapudicata, should not be too far back. I'm going to go with the 1, though, from the rail for Phil Schoenthal and Germania Farms. A little bit of a class relief, third-place finisher out of its last race. Came back to whistle and an A other than, albeit sprinting, ran a 75. But you look at the bottom side, the gal that was a boy, 4 for 17 going long on the turf. That's good enough for me. Right to the front or a stalk and pounce kind of trip for the 1.
All right, and we both like the 9 as well. Ravenel for Tom Proctor. Fergal Lynch will ride this filly by Verrazano. A nice, encouraging win last out when dropping to maiden 25,000. That was the cheapest she'd ever been in for, and she won as the heavy favorite. It was a big 9-horse field. She gets a 60 buyer, and now a nice aggressive move here. They want to win. They want to win right away again with this filly. That they're not afraid to lose her. So she's in the right spot today with Fergal Lynch back aboard.
Yeah, and her 2 races prior, Stan, she was hampered. Lone Speeds, Comfy and Cozy, Mikado, they both got it done on the front end. There will be a little bit more speed to set things up for the run of Ravenel. You're right, not getting ambitious. This is the right spot, right back off the maiden score. He's 4 for 17 with maiden winners last out in claiming races on the turf.
All right, good stuff. So race 4 kicks off. The middle pick 4. Let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, nice carryover today in the Rainbow Pick 6. It's over 36,000 starts. Race 5. We'll check it out right after this.
Join us for Jim McKay Maryland Million Day on Saturday, October 19th at Laurel Park. Come with friends and family to Maryland's Day at the Races, a celebration of Maryland's horses and lots of fun for all ages. Enjoy a full day of racing, including on-track entertainment between races. Don't miss the hat contest, 3 categories and wonderful prizes. It'll be fun for all at Laurel Park, Saturday, October 19th. For more information, visit MarylandMillion.com or LaurelPark.com.
All right, that's right. Maryland's Day at the Races, the Jim McKay Maryland Million right around the corner. That's Saturday, October 19th. The warm-up event for that this Saturday, Maryland Pride Day with 4 Maryland bred stakes. More about all those events on the website at laurelpark.com. All right, let's get right to it here. Race 5 is going to start the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. Nice carryover today. There it is. $36,262. It'll be well played. It'll be around $45,000, $50,000 when it's all said and done. We had a couple live singles for over $40,000 going into the last race yesterday. Tim Tulloch, he has a ticket for the Pick 6 today. Let's check it out. There we go. A couple singles. He has 2 singles. A bold ticket there. 2 singles. I like the way he's playing. A $51 20-cent play. He goes 4 deep in races 5 and 6. Then race 7, he singles on the 1 Shimmering Aspen, the 2-1 favored in today's feature for Rodney Jenkins, Hillwood Stable, and Victor Carrasco. Shimmering Aspen's going to be tough. Then he goes 4 deep in races 8 and 9. And then he has another single in race 10, the finale. He singles on the 3 Iron Lion with your leading rider, Julio Correa, aboard for the leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez. All right, so a couple good singles, and he has some good coverage in the other 4 races. You can study his ticket and all of our tickets online, laurelpark.com. Let's take a look here at race 5. We're going a mile and a 16th on the all-along turf course. No rail setting on the all-along turf, rated firm. Maiden claiming $40,000 for 3-year-olds and upward. And we both like the 5 here. Stand My Ground, my top pick. Weston Hamilton rides his 3-year-old by Temple City. A real big effort late May at Pimlico. First time going long on the turf against Maiden 40. Was 16-1 that day. Came with a late rally, a real good third with a strong 67 buyer. Jag, who was second that race, came back to win. Jag's done all right since that race at Pimlico late May. Now, they gave, for whatever reason, he needed some time off after that. They gave him pretty much the whole summer off. They brought him back in a tough maiden special weight, sprinting on the turf. I don't think that's his game. That was a fast race. Well, it wasn't too fast, but he only got beat 2.5 lengths, so not too bad at 10-1. Gets a 64 buyer. Now second off the layoff. We're going back long on the turf, and we get Weston Hamilton back aboard. So I have the 5, stand my ground on top, and the 4 scares me though with McCarthy.
The Mormon Mauler. This is a tough little race. In a shorter field. How far will the 8 take him? Man, brutal beat from my man Willard last time out at 26 to 1.
Whew, now
just
steps
got
up.
nipped at the wire by Sky D, but Kamehameha was very, quick out of the gate, dictated the pace. I think he's going to go a long way up front. I go to the 4, though, the Mormon Mauler. It's the blinkers on angle here. I know it's not a strong sample, but it's a 30% move for this trainer, John Stevens. He's been strong, 38% the last couple years at Laurel Park with an ROI of close to $5. I think the Mormon Mauler, tactical speed, will be able to sit a good trip with Trevor McCarthy, the right type of rider. Looks like he's got a little hang in him. Maybe Trevor can kind of get him over the top and carry him home, and I think it's going to be a tight finish here. Stand my ground, I'm going to use, but this horse had dead aim last time. I thought was going to go right on by top of the stretch. Did not. Senior Seville, another one comes out of the Jag race. Jag won a Colonial yesterday. He fits back on the turf stretching out. He gets a stalk and pounce kind of trip.
All right, so my early pick 5, I only go 2 deep in this race. I only have the 3 and the 5. I'm a little nervous this race. The 4 is going to be tough. The 7, the 7
6,
here. Let's talk about the 7. Aladdin Sane for Chucky Lawrence. First time Lasix, blinkers on. The leading bug rider. He's trying everything here with this 3-year-old by Big Brown.
Pulling out all the stops, right?
Yep.
Blinkers on, he's 30% with that kind of move. Lasix on, a smaller sample, but strong as well. Just looking for that price shot, something that can kind of help you in that Rainbow 6 to below things. I got a sneaking suspicion the Rainbow's going today. It's just that kind of lineup of races to me that I think you might have 1 or 2 lives late and somebody gets over the top.
Maybe I'll jump in and try to take it down.
Huh?
Maybe I'll jump in and try to take it down.
I was putting a call out to Vinnie Perrone looking for some money today. The money man.
Naomi right to the front. Still running.
Still stinging you.
They still can't get by him. All right, let's take a look here. Race 6. All right, I like the late pick 5. Starts race 6 today. A nice maiden special weight for 2-year-olds going 6 furlongs. Let's check out my late pick 5. No carryover. They hit it yesterday for a little over 2,000. All right, so it paid well yesterday with no carryover. Here's my late pick 5 ticket, a $40.50 play. I used a 2-4-5 here in race 6, a nice maiden special weight for 2-year-olds going 6 furlongs on the main track. Race 7, all right, Tulloch, he singles on the 1 Shimmering Aspen. We have dueling singles. I single on the 6 Anna's Bandit. I make this mare my best bet of the day. The 6 Anna's Bandit, a 7-time winner at Laurel Park. I think she gets a better outside post than the 1 Shimmering Aspen.
Okay.
So I single on the 6 Anna's Bandit in our featured race 7. And then I'm 3 deep for races 8, 9, and 10. You can study that ticket some more online, laurelpark.com, underneath the handicapping section. Let's take a look here. Race 6, a nice maiden special weight for 2-year-olds, 6 furlongs on the main track here. Who do you have on top? You have the 2 on top. Let's start right there. Let's start with the 2. 2 is your 9-5 morning line favorite. Drill your skills for trainer Jamie Ness. The Ness Barn first-time blinkers. He's almost 50%. He did it again yesterday. He had a nice win yesterday with first-time blinkers.
Yeah, Jock Steady fell back in the saddle out of the gate in debut. Horse didn't take a lot of money in a shorter field at Delaware. Usually there's Ness horses. They're touted a little bit. They take some play. Got beat by the Minute I See You. That's a Kamehameha runner. This horse made a strong move after, that was a brutal beginning. If you get a chance, if you got a computer, go back and watch it. Instead, he gave up 3 or 4 out of the gate right off the bat. Made a strong rail run into the stretch, eased out late, and kept on well through the gallop out. Drill your skills. Blinkers on, Lasix on McCarthy. Nessie's been rolling with his 2-year-olds of late. This horse breaks. I think he's going to go right to the front.
All right, so yeah, he'll be tough. 2-year-old by Power Broker. I try to beat him. Doesn't look like he wants to go right to the front. He looks like he might be a closing sprinter. So we'll just see if Vargas can get a better trip here with the 4 Invitation Only. A first-time starter by Into Mischief. It's a homebred here for the Everest stable. Coletti's been dangerous shipping down here with these first-time starters. This horse with some nice works up there at Parks. You get Vargas to tab the early tote here on the 4 Invitation Only. The Coletti first-time starters usually take play down here.
Yeah, he's 4 for 7 recently. I should say 4 for 17 with 2-year-olds. It's 24% first-time starters on the dirt. okay, in the maiden special weight category. This horse is a
Down
half.
here.
Yeah, no, of late. Over
okay.
the last, 4 for 17. He's full. This horse is a fool to Nightlife, who got its career started, I believe, here. Took a couple races to get it done, but is now 2 for 8. Has made over 80,000. Certainly, this horse, Tatr, could certainly be live. It's a good little race, a shorter field. I think you can't leave out the 7. The Drake, I watched his race last time, a little bit green. Took a little kickback at the quarter pole. This is another horse that ran very well through the wire, after the wire. Proctor, well-bred. A couple of horses came out of that race to win. How about Super John? Remember him? What did he do here? Win by about 20 lengths when he was drifting and driving. So Big City Bob, another one, came back to run a good number when winning at Monmouth. I think you got to respect the Drake. He wants the extra ground. And how about Lacey Gaudette with the first, or the 5 Rooftop Bar? We've got a stat. Pretty good one. Last 3 years on the dirt. Lacey, 4 for 13, 31%, and 7 for 13 in the money with 2-year-old firsters. ROI of over $4. Akin to some runners. Gets Cintron. You look at the jock trainer stats, 50% with an ROI of over 4 of late. Good race 6. I don't think there's any slam dunk in here. My little edge on experience to the 2 and the 7, but wouldn't surprise me at all if one of these firsters jump up and get the money.
And the Gaudette barn with a nice win yesterday. So the 5 Rooftop Bar, I think, is live. A nice maiden special weight for 2-year-olds here to kick off this late pick 5. Let's speed along here. Race 7, the big feature of the day to kick off the late pick 4. We're going 7 furlongs on the main track. A wide open filly mare, 3 and up allowance condition. There's no conditions in this race. It is like a stake race. $55,000 purse. Let's start with the 5, who you pick on top. I pick 4th. There's 6 very talented and well-accomplished filly mares in here. They're all deserved of being in a race like this. So let's take a look at your top pick, the 5 Majestic Reason. Let's show the win. Last out, late July, right here at Laurel Park against 2 other than Allowance Company.
Yeah, we're going to pick her up. She drew the rail off a little bit of a layoff. Loving the 6 furlong distance is Majestic Reason. What caught my eye here is how easy she was able to kind of stay within a pretty quick pace, Dan. She got position from the inside, which is not easy to do. She relaxed under Vargas, and she's maturing for Hillwood Stable and Richard Golden. Watch her shift to the outside and really pours it on through the final 3/16 of a mile. She's bypassing, not getting to 3 other than. We're going right into the open allowance. Yeah, is this a little bit too much? Watch her late. And I love her. I said after this race to Bill and some guys, I've said 7 furlongs I think is going to be perfect for her down the road. And you say her draw to the outside, her positional speed might give her a little jump on her stablemate, Shimmering Aspen. I think Majestic Reason, she's going to make one little jump up in here and maybe upset them. 5-1-6 for me. But, man, you got to love Shimmering Aspen. She brought it back last time. She looked like she was on a little bit of a lull.
Right.
Big effort behind Late Night Powwow in the Twixt.
But back to Majestic Reason. Well, what a nice homebred this filly is for Sycamore Hall and Mrs. Ellen Charles of Hillwood Stable. Richard Golden, he's Sycamore Hall. I mean, she's never been worse than 3rd. She's only been worse than 2nd one time. She's very consistent. Lightly raced. This is only her 3rd start this year. She's 2 for 2. Now she's jumping allowance condition here. She's jumping to 3 other than going into this wide open allowance condition. So by far the deepest water she's been in today. But she looks like she could be any kind right now.
I think she's flourishing right now. And you got to respect Anna's Bandit, Jerry Robb. What a job they've done with her. She fires pretty much every time you bring her out of the stall. 7 furlongs works for her as well. Circling move in store for Anna's Bandit.
Yeah, I just think the 6 Anna's Bandit gets a better trip than the 1 Shimmering Aspen. Well, good to see Shimmering Aspen get back in good form last out. A big second behind Late Night Powwow. But Anna's Bandit just didn't like the turf last out. She's 0 for 3 on the turf. But that was a respectable 4th behind Shalon in the ski pad at Pimlico. That wasn't a bad effort at all there.
No, Shalon's a killer.
Right.
She's beating the right kind. She loves Laurel Park, this Anna's Bandit.
She loves this distance.
This is a really good race on a Friday, like a little stakes for us here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Race number 7.
All right, so race 7, feature of the day to kick off the late pick 4. Race 8, though, kicks off that popular national wager. The Stronach 5 starts in race 8, guaranteed $100,000 pool. Industry low, 12% takeout. Let's check out the lineup of races for today's Stronach 5. It's going to start right here, Laurel Park, race 8. at about 4:53 Eastern Time. Second leg, Laurel Park, race 9. Leg C, Gulfstream Park, race 8. Leg D, Golden Gate Fields, race 4. Then leg E, back to Gulfstream Park for race 10. Let's check out my ticket for the Stronach 5. I have a $72 ticket for the Stronach 5. I think the first 2 legs here at Laurel Park are very tough. Race 8, and by the way, all 5 races of today's Stronach 5 are on the turf. And today's Stronach 5, since we're not going to have it for the next couple of weeks while we're at Timonium, today's Stronach 5 is a mandatory payout, so it's just like our early pick 5 mandatory payout. Let me just check out my ticket real quick again, if we can pop it up. I go 3 deep in the first leg, the 1-3-6. I go 4 deep at 1-2-4-11 in the second leg. Then I single leg C, Gulfstream Park, race 8. I single there on the 6, Ravens Lady at 9-5. All right, let's check out the first leg here. Race 8, maiden claiming 40,000, filly mares 3 and up, 5.5 furlongs on the Dahlia Turf Course, rail at 52 feet. I have the 6 on top, Judy Blue Eyes. You like the 6 as well. We have the video spotlight from her debut, June 29th here at Laurel Park on the turf against Maiden 25. Here she is, right? And
this is McCarthy. Yeah, certainly a little bit of trouble. Makes a little run 3 wide, past the 8th pole. Is going to shift out, look for a little room. Not going to get it there. Drops back down. Is unfortunately going to get closed off right there. Boy, checks sharply. Picks it back up again. Very willing to the wire. Dirt last time. That race was taken off the turf last time out. Comes back. The number works. I'm not worried off that $25,000 debut. This $40,000 race works. Protected with the waiver. You've got McCarthy back. She's going to make her run into it. It's kind of like the Merriman show in here. And Merriman with a couple, the 1 and the 6. Echo of Victory, I think, is going to go from the inside, provide a lot of pace. I think a little shot with the firster, Michael Merriman. How about this one? Scored off the claim the other day.
Yep.
Lasix on, Whispering Kitten by Discreet Cat out of What She Said. You remember her from around here. She could really rock and roll sprinting on the turf, made a lot of money. 2 siblings, both winners on the turf, multiple winners on the turf, and both ran second in debut at big prices. Maybe this is the one that gets it done first time out. And Wisman, who usually rides, you're looking for it's been a key rider for the Merrimans, right?
Yep.
Ends up on this one. Maybe that's a little bit of a tell.
Yeah, and he was aboard the Michael Merriman winner yesterday, right?
Yeah.
You sniffed out a good one here. Some good.
I just remember that mare. She was a killer, Stan.
I remember her. Holly or Ann trained her, right?
I believe
one of them trained her.
Mm-hmm.
And Laura McKinney's had some nice homebreds here for the Merriman family. Good to see her give one to Michael here. So 111, she only has to carry 111. You'll get a nice outside post, and even if she does take money at the window, you're still going to get a nice price on the 9 because there's some other. McCarthy's going to take a ton on the 6. The 3, I used the 3 in my exact 9-2 here. Mia Gift. First off the claim for Claudio. We know how good Claudio is first off the claim. And you get the leading rider, Julio Correa, aboard. A big third 2 starts ago behind Judy Blue Eyes, the same race we just showed you. And this kind of flattened out. I think bounced last out. But we're going from a 0% trainer to Claudio Gonzalez, who's 24% off the claim. And you get the leading rider. So I think the 3, Mia Gift, is going to be a factor here in race 8.
So you're projecting a little improvement on the 3, Mia Gift. Yeah, certainly. Yes. You can't leave out the 2 out of the exactas either. Megalomania, I liked this filly last time out. I remember the dam. She was good on the turf. Tried very hard every step of the way. Going to be hard to dismiss out of your tries in Super. 9-6-4-1 for me, and I believe in a wide open 8th race. Even the 11 old line Magic works. You're going to have to grab some friends maybe to spread around in that race.
Yeah, so a big 10-horse field, 5.5 furlongs on the Dahlia Turf Course, rail at 52 feet here in race 8 to kick off the Stronach 5. I used a 1-3-6 here on my Stronach 5 ticket. Leg B, Laurel Park, race 9 for the Stronach 5. I'm 4 deep in this race. I used the 1-2-4-11. We're going a mile and a 16th on the all-along turf course. No rail setting here on the all-along, and there's one main track only in here. So we're going to have 10 runners in here in race 9. I think the one more fun again with a veteran rider like Fergal Lynch is going to get a nice ground-saving trip on the inside here for Tom Proctor. A good third last out at 22-1 against Grade 3 Company, going a mile and a 16th on the turf at Parks. That was July 2nd. I think a nice spot today for more fun again as a win in a second from 2 starts here on the Laurel turf. I just think the 1 gets a better trip in here than the 11 Vortex Road.
Yeah, she doesn't have a whole lot of speed, does the 1. So, and she's going to want a little bit of a flow up in front of her. That was a Chad Brown 2-5 shot that was in front of her last time. 55, 2 back, Pamina Frippery. We talked about Frippery, how good she's been. I think Vortex Road there, looking at the race, not a lot of true speed. Vortex Road can carry it, finally getting back to a firm ground. It's been a while since she's been on a firm turf course. I think So Innocent will go ahead towards the front with Forrest and the Frocks, but Vortex Road, I believe, gets the jump on the closers in here. Gets it done 3 for 7 at the distance with 3 seconds. I like the 11 Vortex Road. Vargas.
All right, so a horse I didn't use. You like the 7 here. This interesting play here. She's a true beauty. Coming off a long year-plus layoff, now in the Claudio Gonzalez barn. 7-year-old mare has some back class on the turf. She only won twice on the turf, but she's made $164,000. Been working here at Laurel Park for the comeback. So let's see how if she takes any early play here in race 9.
Respect the fact they're just holding the level. Claim for 32. Granted, it was always back, so over a year ago, but she's a true beauty. The numbers work. I never get terribly concerned with the long layoffs on the turf, even going a route of ground. So this horse just has to come back in some semblance of form, and I think she can make an impact in the 9th race. Not in jeopardy, just wants to save a little ground. Caught wide every step of the way last time out.
Yep, yeah, I think the 1 and the 2 get a real nice trip here in race 9. All right, race 10, not part of the Stronach 5, but hopefully part of your multi-race wagers. Hopefully you're looking at some live will pays for race 10. We had a couple big live will pays in the finale yesterday. Race 10, we're going 7 furlongs, claiming 5,000, 3 and up. Never won 3 or straight 3-year-olds. The One Lovely Games had a big win 2 starts ago back in mid-June, going 7 furlongs. Big 63 buyer that day. Then came back early July on an off track, going a mile, and I think just bounced that day. Didn't run his race. All right, so now they wait over a month, little maintenance work. August 11th, they're right back in for the nickel, 3 life, 7 furlong distance. Toledo back aboard. By the way, Jevion Toledo with a nice 3-win day yesterday. So Toledo with a big start to the final week of the meet. And he's the regular stable rider here for Katie Voss. So I don't like the 1 hole going 7/8, but I'll still go with the One Lovely Games on top.
Yeah, the 2-back try on a fast track at this distance. I don't know where it came from. I'm just hoping he can bring it back this afternoon. He was able to kind of get a lot closer than normal, made a strong move around the turn and just widen. I'll come back with Lovely Games for Katie Voss. The 2 down in the holler seems to be improving for Kenny Decker. And speed is going to be provided, I believe, by the 5, Majestic Doctor for Brandon Whitaker. Toss the last. The 2 back, 57, 58. That stands out pretty much, except for that little 63 that was tossed in surprisingly by Lovely Games. Majestic Doctor, I believe, is going to be the one to catch. Trainer going to try to get off the schneid.
All right, let's see if we can get Toledo home here on the One Lovely Games. The Maryland bred looking for his 3rd career wins. I have that horse. I'll have that horse on all my multi-race wagers. How deep do I go here in the finale? I go 3 deep on my late pick 5. I use the 1, 2, and the 3. That's it. We're out of time. Big 10 race card. Nice carryover today in the Rainbow Pick 6, over 36,000. My main man, Tom Proctor, he's here. He's ready for the Pick 6.
Okay.
Stronach 5, that starts in race 8. Dave Robbins coming up next with today's scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.